Welcome back. Breaking news this morning. President Trump is about to address Israel's governing body at any moment. We are going to be taking you back to Jerusalem as soon as the president takes the podium. Right now, Benjamin Netanyahu, the prime minister of Israel, is introducing the president and going through the headlines, which include 20 hostages have now been freed. Meanwhile, the government shutdown is entering its third week with no signs of stopping. Smithsonian museums, research centers, the National Zoo, all temporarily closing yesterday. OMB Director Russ Vought telling X on Friday, writing this, the RIFs have begun, referring to reduction in force plans. Federal employees receiving notices that they would be laid off within 60 days. Meanwhile, no movement in the Senate for Democrats who are breaking with their party to side with Republicans. Only 2 Democrats and 1 independent have voted to keep the government open. I spoke with one of them, Pennsylvania Senator John Fetterman, yesterday on Sunday Morning Futures, who said Democrats are sending the wrong message here. How do we reopen this government? Do you see a catalyst that gets them back to the table to reopen? What's your sense?
Oh, it is going to be difficult because then I think there's people perhaps on both sides are putting party in front of country. And I know what might be more popular with parts of my base, but I think it's wrong for this nation.
Joining me now is Wisconsin Congressman Scott Fitzgerald, a member of the House Financial Services Committee. Congressman, good to see you. Thanks for being here as we await President Trump speaking in Jerusalem. What's your sense of this government shutdown and its impact in America?
Well, Maria, I think as we sit here today, what you're seeing is kind of a fracture in the message that's coming out of the U.S. Senate from the Democrats. You know, they all want to kind of wrap their arms around this health care piece. But the fact of the matter is there's about 10 different ideas on how that should happen, which is the point of what Republicans have been saying since this started is let's go back to the clean CR. Look at November 21st as a date in which, you know, we're going to have some breathing room to actually possibly look at some of these issues. But healthcare itself is such a massive, expansive topic that you would have a difficult time coming up with anything that, first of all, could make it out of the Senate, but let alone could be passed by the House. So I think there is a little bit of a shift going on. And I think even my own Senator Tammy Baldwin has had 5 different messages on what she thinks should be negotiated on the other side. And I think that's something that's changing quickly.
Yeah, I mean, is this really about health care, or is this about a fight to show that the Democrats are tough against President Trump? I was told that they're going to continue this. The government will be shut down all week this week until they have that so-called No King's March in Washington next weekend. And Chuck Schumer wants to get at that podium and talk about how he fought Trump at this No King's March. Do you think this is about theatrics, or is this really about the Democrats wanting those Obamacare subsidies?
Well, that's the thing. It's disheartening to see some of these U.S. senators kind of falling in line when we all know what this is about.
Yeah.
This is about Chuck Schumer. Last time in March, in the spring, when we did the CR, that, you know, he touched the stove and the stove was hot. And now he can't kind of swallow this and say, hey, it's time to capitulate. Whether that's one U.S. senator at a time voting aye on the CR, or whether it's him unleashing kind of everyone to just vote the way they want. It's been about that since day one. And I think that's what we're continuing to see.
It is an historic day for the entire world this morning, Congressman. The 20 remaining living hostages in Hamas's grasp have now been freed, and they have been reunited with their families in Israel after more than 2 years in captivity. President Trump is about to address the Israeli government body any moment now, Congressman. President Trump will also then go to Egypt this morning for a Middle East peace ceremony where he will be joined by the leaders across the world to sign this peace agreement. Your reaction on this historic moment in time?
I mean, Maria, the idea that this president or any president will be addressing the Knesset shortly to once again kind of lay out a path for freedom and justification, I think, of what we have been watching happen. Those of us that have been to Israel and have been to the kibbutz that were raided that day. We never thought really that this could happen so quickly under President Trump, but he just has an outstanding team that's been able to go in and negotiate settlement again and again and again. And I think he proves again, he's just not the president of the United States. He's literally leading the globe right now in the right direction. And he deserves all the accolades that he's getting right now. And we all can't wait to see those hostages come home and that those bodies be recovered.
I believe they were freed and then they were sent to the Red Cross. They will be visiting hospitals to ensure that they are healthy and will then go to their homes. Prime Minister Netanyahu is thanking President Trump right now, calling President Trump the best friend that Israel has ever had. Together, we will achieve lasting peace, said the prime minister. Meanwhile, federal and local authorities have rescued more than 30 missing children while uncovering multiple trafficking operations targeting vulnerable young people. This part of a coordinated crackdown called Operation Lightning Bug, centered in San Antonio, Texas. The Joint Task Force combing through Texas and national crime databases and identifying at-risk juveniles and coordinating recovery efforts, Congressman. This is in America right now as a result of that wide-open border of the last 4 years. Your reaction?
Yeah, lightning bug has become the tip of the spear. It's being talked about really, I think, nationwide. So a lot of members of Congress are now becoming aware of what's going on. But the correlation between the borders being open and the massive increase in human trafficking that we are now being made aware of, not only from some of the data that's coming out of a fresh FBI, but also local law enforcement, it's happening quickly.
Yeah. It's an incredible unfolding story. Congressman, thank you for weighing in on all of that. We'll be checking back soon on this government shutdown. Scott Fitzgerald joining us this morning in Wisconsin. In Jerusalem, meanwhile, President Trump is about to address Israel's governing body. We will take you there live and bring you those remarks from President Trump as soon as they happen. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu right now is thanking President Trump for his unwavering support. We'll be right back. Stay with us.